there, my name's Stephanie from People and Dogs Sorted. Have you ever felt really confused over what tool to use for your dog? Leads, collars, head collars, harnesses. It's a minefield, right? Today I'm going to select a few and I'm going to go through them one by one. But before I do that, let's run the titles. So why are there so many leads, collars, head collars, harnesses, all this kind of stuff? Why is there so many different kinds? Why is it so confusing? Here's the thing. If you know me and you've watched my videos before, say it with me now. Every dog is different. Okay, every dog is different. Every person is different. Every dog is different. Therefore, the relationship between you is different. So what works for one person with their dog may or may not work for you and yours. So they created all this different stuff to help as many people as they can. So what I'm going to do for you today is we're going to choose some of the stuff. We're going to go through how they work, what the benefits are, how they differ for different jobs, and go through them one by one. So I have chosen two collars here to show you. The collar on the left is a leather collar which fastens with a buckle. This is in the standard everyday collar. And the collar on the right hand side, the little blue one there, is a fabric collar that is padded and it fastens with a little plastic clip. Now we do need to be careful sometimes with these clips as they can have a tendency to pop if the dog pulls particularly hard. So let's pro and con the collars. The leather collar has a nice good sturdy buckle, which is always handy if you've got those stronger dogs. However, if we do not maintain the leather on the collar, it can deteriorate very quickly and the stitching on the leather can actually fail before the leather does. So it's worth considering. If you are more of the person who is going to maintain that leather collar, then it's a fantastic option and it will last you a lifetime. For the fabric collar, the cons of that is that the plastic can become brittle and over a course of time can fail on the clip. However, less maintenance to do there because the fabric collar will last longer with no maintenance at all. This is a half check collar. It's designed so that it goes around over the dog's head, and if the dog pulls or you put pressure on that collar, then the two D-rings slide together, and as soon as the pressure is released, then those two D-rings slide apart again to give your dog more room. These are quite nice because the D-rings come together, but they can't go any further. So this makes it a little bit nicer and stops you from being able to choke the dog on this particular collar. So this is a type of head collar. On this particular occasion, it goes round the back of the ears and over the nose. And on this one, the lead attaches under the chin. Two different types of head collar that I'm covering here today, one of which attaches at the back of the neck and the other one attaches just under the chin. Now the one that attaches under the chin can be beneficial for a dog that lunges or leaps out in front with the focus towards a thing. So if you have a dog that becomes visually focused on an item or on a thing up ahead, then the one under the chin can be quite useful because what it does is as the dog pulls forwards, the catch under the chin pulls their head round to the side, which causes them to lose eye contact with whatever it is that they're going for, which can actually in some cases help us de-escalate a situation. The ones that attach behind the head tend to come over the nose and then they join together at the bottom and then they go round the back of the neck and the lead attaches back here. These ones, when you put pressure on those, they tend to pull the nose down and back, okay? Kind of like if you were pulling on a pair of reins on a horse. So this can be beneficial if you don't necessarily want to pull the eye contact away from your dog. Your dog can continue moving in the same direction, still able to take in its world, but you can just slow them up a little bit. So for dogs that pull particularly hard but are not focused on a thing, but they're just moving a bit quicker than you, these can sometimes be more beneficial. This is a slip lead. These are great for dogs that don't always wear collars all the time, so you can use these with or without a standard collar. And the idea is that it works in a very similar way to a check or choke chain, but it is a continuous cord, so the cord will pass through that ring with no effort whatsoever. Now, the ones that you buy in the shops, you may find have stoppers on them. Now in this picture you can see where my fingers on the right hand side, there would normally be a stopper, which stops the lead from becoming too small and choking your dog. Where my fingers are on the left hand side is where you would slide a stopper up, which then stops the dog from being able to slip their head out of the lead. These are beneficial as you don't have to have a specific size for the size of dog that you have. One size fits all. The stoppers are fully adjustable as well. One note of caution though, if you do have a particularly fluffy dog, then sometimes the fluff can get caught up in the ring and that's not very comfortable. So just be aware to make sure that their fluff isn't too caught up in the lead. So the first really good plus side to a slip lead is that your dog does not need to be wearing a collar to be able to use it. Some people prefer for their dogs not to wear collars. So a slip lead is a great way of just slipping your dog quickly onto a lead without having to get a collar on as well. Another great plus point is that one size fits all. There is no messing around with small, medium, large, extra large. They are one size fits all. So if you've got more than one dog of multiple different sizes, then one lead will do. One type, you can just buy multiples of them and they're guaranteed to fit. So the downside of these leads is that if you don't have one with the stoppers on them, then you can actually choke your dog. If you're not careful with your technique, if you don't have the right technique to use for these leads, then that lead can just get tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter. Okay, very much like a choke chain in that respect. If you just keep pulling, then it will just get tighter and tighter. So having the stoppers on it is a really great way of communicating more effectively with your dog. If you don't have the stoppers on it, it just means that our education and our technique is the thing that we need to work with. So this little harness I've come to call the Easy On harness, as this is one of the ones that you don't have to put the dog's legs through. So you just slip it over their head and do up a girth strap underneath, which is done up with a big clip. If you excuse the cat in the pictures, she was wanting to get involved as well. So Indy's wearing this one and you can see that the lead attaches to a nice big hefty ring on the back there. There's a really nice hefty handle as well that's nice and padded. And all of the straps, girth strap and the front strap, are fully adjustable. A really nice comfy harness to use on a day-to-day basis. Not the best one though for using in a car. If you are going to use a harness in the car, here's a better option. So this one fits your dog slightly differently. This one is more suitable for in a vehicle as it has that centre strip that runs right down the centre of the dog's chest. This gives a much more secure hold. But it's not just useful in the car, this is useful for all kinds of different types of dog. It's fully adjustable. No handle on this one. The other one had a handle on the back. This one doesn't. But this one does hold your dog nice and secure. On this occasion, this one also came with a clip which allowed you to clip it into the buckle on a seat belt. So this one was specifically designed to go in the car. So one of these harnesses is a really good all-rounder, nice, comfy, easy on harness. No messing about with the legs. You don't have to put your dog's legs through it. This can be ideal for dogs that are a little bit more nervous and don't particularly like you picking their feet up or trying to get things over their feet. So the Easy On harness can be a nicer option for a dog that's a little bit more unsure, because it's a nice big gap for you to encourage them to bring their head through. And actually you can reference, if I can reference here my other video about putting a dog's collar on for the first time. I think it was called Puppy's First Collar, I think. I'll link that. I'll link this video with that one, so that you can encourage them to put their head through the gap and then gently over the head and onto the back. This works really, really nicely, as I say, for dogs that are a little bit more unsure. So the other harness that I have for you is one that holds your dog a little bit more securely. These ones are ideal for using in the car, as I think I've already said, because they have that nice padded strip that runs down the middle. Now, some of them don't have a padded strip that runs down the middle. It's just a piece of webbing. These are great, though, because some of them attach at the back and some of them attach at the front. The one that we're looking at today attaches at the back and allows the dog to be able to pull into it a little bit. The one that we're looking at today is designed for the car, so it is designed to take a certain amount of shock loading. They're not all designed that way. So for some of them, they attach at the front. This is designed to pull the dog's chest around. If they pull too much, they will actually find themselves being pulled around, very much like the head collar that attaches under the chin. The ones that attach at the back, if it's a car one, then it is designed for a certain amount of shock loading, but not all of them are. So they are designed, however, for a dog to pull. It does make it comfortable for them. So if you're dealing with a dog that's pulling, you don't necessarily want to stop them pulling, but you would like to make it more comfortable for them, then these can be a great option as well. So I hope this video has gone some way to better explain the tools that are out there and available for you to give a try. Please remember there are more. I have scratched the surface today with just a few of the basics, but please remember that every tool comes with a technique. So tool and technique work together in order for us to get the best results. Let me know in the comments, have you used any of these? Have you had great success with one particular tool? Have you decided that there's one particular tool out there, maybe one that I've covered here today, maybe one that I haven't, that you didn't find useful at all and you'll never use again? Let me know in the comments what your experience is so far. Before you go anywhere, please remember to hit that big paw print up in the corner of the screen to subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you hit the little bell icon, then you'll get a notification each time there's a new video for you to view. I hope it's been useful for you. I look forward to seeing you guys very, very soon, but for now, take care.
People and dogs sorted!